The house itself seems to sense his intrusion. The chandeliers jingle as he passes, the furniture creaks, the clock lets out a loud, questioning chime. That's what amuses him about the animists. One ends up no longer knowing who, between object and owner, really belongs to whom. Once outside, he calmly strolls up the road. He's in no hurry. Curious, yes, but never in a hurry. And yet, there's not much time left now. For everyone, including him. He joins the gathering of neighbours around what they have dubbed the hole as they exchange anxious looks. It's like some manhole in the middle of the pavement, except that when they move their lanterns closer, no light penetrates it. To gauge how deep it is, someone unwinds a bobbin, which is soon out of thread. The hole wasn't there during the day. It was a doyen who gave the alert after almost falling into it. He can't stop himself from smiling. This, madam, is just the beginning. He notices Ophelia's mother and father in the crowd. They, as ever, don't notice him. Shining from their staring eyes is the same unspoken question. They don't know where their daughter is hiding, any more than they know that it's her fault, partly, that there's this chasm in the pavement. But it's obvious that this evening they are thinking of her more than ever. Just as they hug their other children closer than ever, even as they were unable to answer their questions. Bonny, strapping children, bursting with health. The street lamps make their golden locks gleam as one. He never tires of observing how different Ophelia is to them, and for good reason. He continues with his walk. A couple of steps, and here he is at the other end of the world, at the pole, somewhere between the upper levels and lowest depths of Citta Celeste, just outside the entrance to Berenild's manor house. This estate, plunged in a perpetual autumn, is as familiar to him as the house in Anima. Everywhere Ophelia has been, he has been too. When she served as a valet to Berenild, he was there. When she became Farouk's vice storyteller, he was there. When she investigated the missing of Claire de Lune, he was there. He witnessed the spectacle of her misadventures with increasing curiosity, without ever leaving the wings. He often likes to reconsider decisive moments in history, the important history, their collective history. What would have become of Ophelia if, among all the female object readers in Anima, Berenild hadn't chosen her to be her nephew's fiancée? Would she never have crossed paths with what they call God? Of course she would. History would simply have taken a different route. Everyone must play their role, as he will play his. As he walks through the hall, a voice reaches him from the red sitting room. He looks through the half-open doors. Within this narrow field of vision, he sees Ophelia's aunt pacing up and down on the exotic carpet, as much of an illusion as the hunting paintings and the porcelain vases. She crosses and uncrosses her arms, waves a telegram that has stiffened thanks to her animism, talks of a lake drained like a sink, calls Farouk a laundry basket, Archibald a bar of soap, Ophelia a cuckoo clock, and the entire medical profession public latrines. Seated in a wing-back chair, Berenild isn't listening to her. She's humming while brushing the long white hair of her daughter, whose little body is gently slumped against hers. Nothing seems to reach her ears apart from this light swishing between her hands. He immediately looks away. He looks away whenever things get too personal. He has always been curious, never a voyeur. Only then does he notice the man beside him, sitting on the floor in the half-light of the corridor, his back to the wall, furiously polishing the barrel of a hunting gun. It seemed these ladies had found themselves a bodyguard. He continues with his walk. In a single stride he leaves the hall, the manor, Citta Celeste, the pole, for another part of the world. And here he is now in Babel. Ah, Babel. His favourite field of study. The ark where history and time will reach their conclusion, the point at which everything converges. It was evening on Anima, it's morning here. Heavy rain falls on the roofs. He paces up and down the covered walkways at the Good family, just as